The International Space Research Station horizon hummed with an electric anticipation that Dr. Elena Rodriguez had never experienced before. Quantum entanglement experiments were about to make history, but nobody could have predicted the extraordinary encounter awaiting humanity. Elena adjusted her neural interface, her fingers dancing across holographic displays that shimmered with complex mathematical equations. The station's observation deck stretched around her, a perfect sphere of transparent alloy that offered an uninterrupted view of the infinite darkness beyond. Outside, Earth hung like a blue-green jewel, a silent witness to the most unprecedented moment in human scientific history. Quantum synchronization at 97.6%, announced the station's AI, its voice calm and measured. Luminary Quantum Communication Protocol initializing. The Luminary, a civilization discovered through the most unexpected of scientific accidents, a quantum signal that defied all known communication protocols. Unlike any species humanity had ever encountered, the Luminary existed as pure energy, capable of incredible transformations that challenged every fundamental understanding of physics. Elena's team had spent months deciphering their initial transmissions, complex mathematical patterns that seemed to transcend traditional language. They were beams of pure quantum potential, communicating through intricate waveform interactions that looked more like advanced mathematical theorems than any recognizable form of communication. Her colleague, Dr. Michael Thompson, leaned closer to the primary quantum resonance chamber. "Signal stabilizing," he muttered, his breath creating a momentary fog on the chamber's crystalline surface. Suddenly, the chamber began to pulse with an extraordinary light. Not a typical light. This was something else entirely. Waves of color that seemed to bend and twist, creating three-dimensional geometric patterns that hurt the eyes if stared at directly. The room temperature dropped rapidly, and the quantum entanglement indicators began to go wild. "We're receiving something," Elena whispered, her scientific skepticism battling with pure, childlike wonder. The light coalesced, taking a shape that was simultaneously familiar and utterly alien. It resembled a human form, but constructed from intricate light patterns that shifted and changed with every microsecond. Crystalline structures formed and dissolved, creating a being that was more energy than matter. A voice emerged, not through sound waves, but directly into their minds. It was mathematical, precise, with undertones of pure curiosity. Biological units detected. Communication protocol initialized. Quantum resonance confirmed. Michael's hand trembled as he reached for the communication console. "Do you understand us?" he asked, his voice cracking. "Understanding is a complex quantum state," the being responded. "We perceive your communication matrices. You are different." Elena stepped forward, her scientific training overriding her initial shock. "We are humans. From planet Earth. We've been trying to understand your communication signals." The light being pulsed, its form creating complex geometric patterns that seemed to represent emotions beyond human comprehension. "Your quantum state is chaotic, unpredictable, fascinating." What the Luminary didn't understand, what they couldn't comprehend, was the beautiful randomness of human existence. Their civilization was based on precise mathematical interactions, where every action could be predicted with quantum accuracy. Humans, by contrast, were wonderfully unpredictable. "We would like to learn about you," Elena said carefully, "to understand your civilization." "Learning is a quantum exchange," the being responded. "We will observe. We will interpret." Little did Elena know, this first contact would lead to the most extraordinary misunderstandings in human history. The Luminary's literal, mathematically precise perception of reality would clash spectacularly with human creativity, emotion, and seemingly illogical behaviors. As the light being continued to communicate, sending complex quantum messages that required immediate translation, Elena realized they were standing at the precipice of something monumental. First contact was never going to be simple, but with the Luminary, it promised to be absolutely extraordinary. The quantum chamber continued to pulse, a beacon of potential communication between two civilizations that could not be more different. Humanity's most significant adventure was about to begin. 3 weeks after the initial quantum contact, Captain Marcus Brennan found himself in the most challenging diplomatic scenario of his career. The luminary delegation had arrived at the United Nations Extraterrestrial Engagement Center, and what should have been a straightforward cultural exchange was quickly becoming a philosophical labyrinth. The conference room had been specially designed to accommodate the luminary's unique physical form, if one could call it a form at all. Instead of a traditional table, the room featured a dynamic quantum field that allowed the energy-based beings to flow and shift while maintaining communication. "We do not comprehend your concept of recreation." The primary luminary representative, a swirling mass of geometric light patterns, communicated directly into the minds of the human delegates. Marcus leaned forward, choosing his words carefully. "Recreation is how we recharge. It's a way of releasing mental and physical tension, of finding joy and relaxation." "Joy is an inefficient quantum state," the luminary responded. "Relaxation suggests a system inefficiency. Why would advanced beings deliberately introduce entropy into their operational parameters?" Dr. Isabella Fernandez, the team's lead anthropologist, stepped in. "For humans, inefficiency can be a source of creativity. Our most innovative moments often come from seemingly unproductive activities." The luminary's form flickered, a gesture that seemed to represent profound confusion. "You intentionally introduce randomness to generate solutions." Marcus couldn't help but smile. He pulled up a holographic display showing various human recreational activities, from art and music to sports and games. "These are ways we explore, learn, and connect." The most perplexing demonstration came when they showed the luminary a video of a children's playground. Small humans running, laughing, climbing structures with no apparent practical purpose. The quantum beings were utterly baffled. Those small biological units appear to be engaging in non-optimized movement patterns. One luminary noted, "Is this a form of training? Survival preparation?" "It's play," Marcus explained. "Pure enjoyment. Learning through exploration and fun." The concept was so alien to the luminary that their quantum state began to destabilize slightly. The equivalent of a species-wide headache. Humans deliberately created scenarios with no clear outcome, engaged in activities that served no immediate survival or productivity purpose. As the day progressed, the cultural divide became more pronounced. When Marcus suggested they visit a local, Dr. Rajesh Kapoor stood before the most complex technological marvel humanity had ever encountered. The luminary had agreed to a limited technology exchange, but what was unfolding was beyond anyone's wildest expectations. The Quantum Interaction Laboratory looked more like an abstract art installation than a scientific facility. Crystalline structures floated in midair, quantum fields shimmering with impossible geometries that seemed to defy the laws of physics as humans understood them. "Your technological approach is fundamentally linear." The luminary representative, a being of pure energy that shifted between mathematical configurations, communicated, "We do not build in the way your species understands construction. We transform quantum potential." Rajesh's fingers hovered over a holographic interface, trying to comprehend the alien technology. The luminary didn't create machines in the traditional sense. They manipulated quantum states, creating technology that was essentially living energy, constantly adapting and reconfiguring. A demonstration began that left the human scientists breathless. What the luminary considered a simple communication device was, to human eyes, a miracle of engineering. It wasn't a device at all, but a quantum field that could transmit information across impossible distances, adapting its own structure to overcome any communication barrier. "Observe," the luminary instructed. The quantum field began to reshape itself. It was alive, truly alive, in a way no human technology had ever been. Information flowed like water, changing, adapting, creating new pathways of communication that seemed to anticipate needs before they even existed. How is this possible? Rajesh muttered, his scientific mind racing to comprehend what he was witnessing. Potential is not fixed, the luminary responded. Your species sees technology as something external. We see it as an extension of conscious potential. The most shocking revelation came when the luminary attempted to explain their approach to problem solving. Where humans built complex machines with multiple moving parts, the luminary created quantum solutions that existed in multiple states simultaneously. A simple example illustrated the profound difference. When humans needed to cool a system, they created complex refrigeration units. The luminary would simply redistribute thermal energy across quantum states, effectively eliminating the concept of heat as humans understood it. This changes everything we know about technology, whispered Dr. Elena Rodriguez, who had joined the demonstration. The quantum physicist looked like she was on the verge of the most significant scientific breakthrough in human history. The luminary seemed to sense their excitement. Your species has potential, they communicated. Chaotic, unpredictable, but potential. It was a backhanded compliment if ever there was one. Humans were like children to these beings, primitive, but with a spark of something extraordinary. As the demonstration concluded, Rajesh realized they had only scratched the surface of understanding. The luminary didn't just use technology. They were technology. Living, breathing, constantly evolving quantum potential. One thing became crystal clear. Humanity's understanding of technology was about to be completely revolutionized. Ambassador Olivia Hartley had spent her entire career preparing for complex international negotiations, but nothing could have prepared her for the challenge of communicating with the luminary. The United Nations Extraterrestrial Engagement Center had been transformed into a quantum interaction zone, where traditional diplomatic protocols seemed laughably inadequate. The current point of contention was humanity's approach to problem solving. To the luminary, human methods appeared chaotic, inefficient, and bewilderingly creative. You propose solutions through improvisation. The luminary representative asked, its quantum form creating intricate patterns that suggested profound confusion. Olivia smiled, a gesture that seemed to perplex the energy-based beings even more. Improvisation is one of humanity's greatest strengths. We adapt. We find unexpected solutions. To demonstrate, she pulled up a holographic display showing various human innovations. Each example was a testament to human ingenuity, technologies and solutions born from seemingly random connections, cultural cross-pollination, and pure creative thinking. The luminary studied a series of images showing how humans had solved complex problems. A water filtration system developed by studying how mangrove trees filter saltwater. Medical breakthroughs inspired by seemingly unrelated observations in nature. Agricultural innovations born from combining traditional knowledge with modern technology. Your species approaches problem-solving like a quantum uncertainty principle, the luminary communicated. Multiple potential states existing simultaneously until observation. Exactly. Olivia exclaimed, perhaps too enthusiastically. The luminary's quantum form rippled, their equivalent of a startled reaction. The diplomatic dance continued. Each explanation revealed more about the fundamental differences between human and luminary thinking. Where the luminary saw inefficiency, humans saw possibility. Where the luminary sought perfect mathematical solutions, humans embraced the beauty of imperfection and unexpected discovery. A breakthrough came unexpectedly. During a demonstration of human art, the luminary began to understand something profound about creativity. Art wasn't just a decorative process. It was a form of problem-solving, a way of exploring potential realities and perspectives. A holographic display showed a series of paintings, from ancient cave art to modern digital creations. Each piece represented a unique way of perceiving the world, of capturing emotion, of communicating beyond the limitations of language. Fascinating, the luminary representative communicated. Your species creates alternative quantum states through visual representation. It wasn't a complete understanding, but it was progress. Humanity was slowly revealing itself as something more than the primitive species the luminary initially believed them to be. As the diplomatic session drew to a close, Olivia realized they were building something unprecedented, not just a diplomatic relationship, but a bridge between two fundamentally different ways of perceiving existence. The universe, it seemed, was far more complex and wonderful than either species had previously imagined. The final diplomatic summit arrived with an atmosphere of both tension and anticipation. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood alongside Ambassador Olivia Hartley, watching as the luminary delegation prepared to make their ultimate decision about humanity's place in the broader galactic community. What had begun as a series of profound misunderstandings had transformed into something entirely unexpected, a tentative mutual respect. The luminary's quantum form filled the entire conference chamber, shifting and pulsing with complex energy patterns that represented deep contemplation. We have analyzed. We have observed. We have struggled to comprehend. Ambassador Hartley stepped forward. Comprehension isn't about perfect understanding. It's about appreciation of differences. A holographic display activated, showcasing humanity's most remarkable qualities, not their technological achievements or military might, but their capacity for adaptation, creativity, and hope. Scenes of human rescue efforts, scientific breakthroughs, artistic expressions, and moments of unexpected kindness played out in a mesmerizing sequence. Your species exists in a state of perpetual potential, the luminary communicated. You do not simply solve problems. You reimagine possibilities. Dr. Rodriguez understood the profound nature of this statement. Humans weren't just problem solvers, they were possibility generators. Where the luminary saw mathematical precision, humans saw opportunity for growth, for change, for something entirely new. The demonstration continued. Scenes of human children playing, scientists collaborating, artists creating, communities supporting one another, each moment a testament to human complexity. The luminary's quantum form began to shift, absorbing and processing information in ways they had never done before. We initially classified your species as inefficient, the luminary admitted. We now recognize your inefficiency as a form of extraordinary potential. It was as close to a compliment as humanity could expect. The final decision came not through traditional diplomatic channels, but through a quantum consensus that humans could barely comprehend. The luminary were offering something unprecedented, not just contact, but a form of collaborative potential. You will be observed, they communicated. You will be studied. You will be understood. Ambassador Hartley smiled. It wasn't complete acceptance, but it was a beginning. As the luminary delegation prepared to depart, Dr. Rodriguez realized they had achieved something remarkable. They had not just made first contact, they had begun a dialogue that could reshape humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. The quantum chamber pulsed with light, a beacon of possibility. Humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning.